Hello, welcome to Timo Draws. This is a sort of a video I've wanted to make for some time now, since I got some of this camera gear and thought what I would do with it. And you know, I started to draw sort of mandalas in the beginning of the year, late 25. And so it was natural for me to try to also transform that to YouTube. I've followed some really good YouTube channels with like real-time drawing videos, and I sort of know about the format. And think I've always found it fascinating, and today I thought I would try something like that myself. So I recently, perhaps yesterday or the day before, I started this drawing here. It's quite early, but it's taking shape, and I will now use an eraser to get rid of the parts I don't need anymore. So often I use, not always, but often a graphite pen to, or is it a pencil? Pencil to sketch out what I want to do. And then later on, when I'm ready to commit, I then get rid of them to make everything clear. So I'm not going to like work on making things super symmetrical, centralized anymore. Like, these things are already enough to guide me with that. And I've kind of like, the more I've done this, I've also more and more moved away from like super precise symmetry, and I've just become more interested in more flowy, organic look. That like even mistakes, like there are no mistakes really in how I've tried to approach this kind of work for some time. Like, for example, this thing here. That was an accident. That pushed there. But it's there now, so it's part of the work. Like, in the past, I think I might have even given up when something like that happened. But now, let's see. That's about it, yeah. So now, I've made it symmetrical, so it is a defined part of the thing. You know, you never know what it can become. Like, okay, let's see. Like, for example, let's do it like this. And I'm already using ink here, so like there's no undoing this, but it's alright. It's alright. So I connected that, and I will do the same, roughly the same way here. The shadow is a bit annoying, but this is my first time doing this. Next time I might do the lighting a bit different. Okay, so you can see that this is not symmetric. Like, that is further away. So is that cool, or do I, you know, I could, let's see. Perhaps I will use a smaller size for this. So I will like make it like a double line. And here, conversely, I put a line on the inside. So, like, really, I think a lot of like graphical art is about balance, so like you have roughly the same amount of ink on each side and then it's good. It's not so important like where precisely every drop of ink lands. Okay, I like that there is starting to be some lines that are alive. I just, well actually I realized that a moment ago already, but I realized that I'm speaking in English in this video. So it seems I'm doing these drawing things in English, at least for the time being. This is just a reference to me doing videos in Finnish where I talk about different topics recently. And I've been wondering, like, I have a cup of tea here. Where and how would I involve English once again, and seem to have part of the answer here. So I will make a double line here as well, and a lot of times these central things are eyes. Like I like to make a lot of eyes in my drawings. Just the pupil and the iris and the reflection on it, and then the like veins in the iris, and I just love that detail and so on. So you know, let's do an eye here as well. So how would it be? Perhaps one more, like kind of like some kind of a, like we could have the ear duct or whatever here, and then perhaps one more like fold of skin, something like that. And see, I'm doing like these very weak lines first, so I'm just like roughly trying to estimate where the line, where I want the line. So I don't need to commit right away. I can just little by little build it. I'm like a regular Bob Ross here. Okay, so okay, and then I will draw the roughly the sphere. Again, I'm like more like doing little lines or dots here. Make it a huge eyeball. And if it's not perfectly round, then so what? So what? Then it's makes it more special, right? That's pretty good. And then the the pupil. How about like a really big pupil this time? Well, I could use like a compass here, I suppose, or some tool, but I like going more and more to freehand, I think, and more so just doing the work with compass and ruler earlier in the process. Yeah, don't know if it's becoming any more round, but perhaps I should just stop and create some reflections here. There we have a reflection. How about 3 of them? I usually do 2 or 1, but it's like a bowling ball looking thing now. How about the 4th? We can like make them smaller or erase them at some point if we want. Yeah, and now I'm going to just, well, I could use actually my headlamp here as well. I wonder if that would be enough for the camera itself. This is what I usually use, right? So I have a headlamp here that allows me to see what I'm doing. Perhaps next time I can try to just use this. I mean, I could try to turn off the LED light and see what happens, but just a moment. Let me do this first. Try to make those a bit more round. Okay, and perhaps use a larger pen for filling it out. You know, today I made a video that in English is called Towards Fear. So it is, today is Sunday 9th of August. So if you want to check it out, it was published on 9th of August 2026. And yeah, I did it outside like I've done most of the videos where I talk about different topics. And I did it at the shore of a lake. And there on a big piece of rock I spoke about what I've been thinking about lately, which is a new beginning in my life. Something happened that made me really re-evaluate my life and my priorities and whatnot. And is it annoying when I move the drawing just all the time? It's just a bit difficult not to do that. Anyway. And yeah, I published it earlier this evening or late afternoon, I don't know. And I like that video. It looks good, and I'm talking about something that's important to me right now. Not in much detail, but still talking about what it takes to change and how it feels to experience that and whatever. So now I'm going to work on the iris, and I'm going to do something a bit different this time. I will do perhaps some kind of ring here. I just start to draw a ton of small lines that radiate from the iris, from the middle. But this time I'm trying to have something lateral as well. Like not just like this, but like this as well. I don't feel like I'm drawing at my best right now, but I will soldier on. Okay. And then I think I will add some of those more traditional iris lines that I like to do. And usually when I start doing this, I first add just a few here and there. I don't do so many of them. The point is to make guidelines for the more numerous lines. So I just try to hit the center with each of these guiding ones. And then I can just draw more of them in between, see? So that's an easy way of doing that. I would like to turn this around, but I will try to not move it so much. Some of these are a bit stronger. It's okay. I'm going to have variety. So, I don't know. How does it look? It must look different when I turn my head up. I just hope this is publishable. I have no idea how it will turn out. Please comment below. What did you think of the quality of this video? Do you have any suggestions as to for improvements? Right, so. Oh, and one thing also I've been thinking about and I've been experiencing recently is I've been doing like, yeah, different kind of YouTube content, and like I've gone through different stages. Like I've really like felt like this is shit, nobody's watching, nobody's commenting. But like just today, some gentle souls came about and commented on my videos and said kind things, and like such cool guys and people, and like I just feel like even if there is just one person like that who gains something from my videos or comes along and comments, then it's worth it. It's not about like having lots of views about the quantity, but the quality is so much more important. So I think that's probably the case with a lot of people who do something different and who are perhaps a bit more like outliers as personalities or content creators, that like they may not have a huge following, but it's like top quality, you know, very refined. So I think my viewers are probably like really refined. So good work, guys. Stay refined. I'm already doing a bit of shading here. I just like to have as much three-dimensionality in my drawings as possible. Just love the depth. So like shading, shadows is a big part of that. So I add a suggestion of it here. So this is not finished. I will still work on it later, but I think it's enough so that the idea is saved, you know, like what that is about. I think I will now throw some stuff elsewhere, you know. Just I don't want to get stuck, like usually I don't want to get stuck on one part for too long, because then the whole thing like doesn't breathe, you know. I don't know if you know, but it can be hard to define other parts if you define one part too much. Let's put it that way. So I think I will expand here. So let's do something with the other central areas. So how about I have something like totally black here, or at least close to it, like perhaps these parts, or I think I want to put some more detail there. How about some swirly things? So like something like that. I'm thinking like a bit like a serpent or something, like just this curly thing, and then it could have like thickness. How about like a branch-like thing? Let's see what happens. So I might like do a branch here. Okay. Like that, whatever, yes. And then we could go from under here and we merge from the other side and flow that way. Okay, like that. And then we do something similar on the other side, and I'm not going to, you know, make it symmetrical. It's just the same idea. So that already is a lot of symmetry there, right there. So just going to like really hack it quick and dirty hacking. Like you don't need to, nor should you probably figure everything out right away. Like just do a line, then that leads you to make another line. And like if you work on it enough, I have come to know this in like the last 6-8 months, is that you just start to trust your hand and your intuition and your motor skills. Like if you just keep working on it and you just see time and time again that it always works out in some way, almost always. I think it always works out if you stick to it. And if you don't, then that's your choice, right? So let's do the, is this what I want to commit to? Perhaps we add like a globe here. And is this good? What do you think, guys? I think that's good. So I'm going to turn the rest of it black. Just to get an idea of where we are going here. So I first do the edges and then the middle. And these are going to receive more detail later on in the process. I could actually use my electric table and lift up the entire assembly. Assembly, a fancy word like that reminds me of sci-fi. I am reading Alistair Reynolds at the moment. Anybody out there know about Alistair Reynolds? Or if you read other sci-fi authors, let me know in the comments. Engagement. But anyway, he's a great writer, and I think I discovered him only this year, and I've already read like 8-9 books from him, and like, damn, like my favorite for a long time was and still is perhaps Iain Banks, right? This Scottish author, the father of the Culture series, right? So like for a long time I just didn't know anything comparable to Banks, but now I do. I think like Alistair Reynolds is on par with Banks, and that's like, from me, that's such high praise when it comes to writers, that Jesus Christ. He's just like very efficient. There is no fluff, but it's very organic and human, very engaging, and the ideas are really inventive. I like his universe a lot that he has created for this book series that I'm reading. And yeah, it's made a real impact on me already, and I'm probably going to continue reading. The one I'm on now, it's called Galactic North, and it's a collection of novels, and have really interesting, really enticing perhaps. The novels fill in gaps between this book series. I don't remember the name of the book series, but that tells about this universe, future scenario of his where mankind has divided into sort of 3 different sub-races. There are the sort of standard humans, then there are ultras, which are like very like mechanically enhanced. They have like cybernetic arms and whatever, and they are the ones who travel most between stars. And then there are conjoiners who have reached this trans-enlightenment. They are a hive mind. Each individual is connected to the others, and they are like this sort of a spiritual, perhaps most spiritual aspect of this trinity of human categories. So yeah, if you don't know Alistair Reynolds, I highly recommend him. So we soon have finished doing the blacks here, and this is about half an hour that I have been doing this. I don't know how long I want to keep up. Let's see what happens. I think I will first do the outlines with this and then use even a thicker pen to carve out or carve in the bigger parts. Like that, and then I will get well, this might work. This is a brush pen. Just you have to be very careful because it can make such a big mark, but it's very efficient for covering larger surface areas. Okay, like so. So we have this nice black spreading from there. I want to see more of it. Perhaps like it could be here as well, right? So we could continue this motif, like have this snaky thing, so it could be some other shape, but still the same motif of light against black, right? I'm going to have a little snack. I have some peanut butters here and dates with peanut butter in them, and the tea that I already showed you before. Right. So I want to right away make sure I don't forget about that idea. So I think we will go with the lines, but let's do more of a branching thing this time. Don't want it to get too thick. That's what she said. I'm sorry. I don't know where that came from. It's bad. It's probably really bad. Anyway, we'll try to get over it or not. And just keep doing these details. Details are beautiful. Yeah, so I am working on setting up an online store where you can buy my drawings as prints or t-shirts, or perhaps possibly other kinds of products in the future as well. But initially, those are the two formats that I am going for. So hopefully I'll get that done soon, because I would really like to make some kind of an income with my creative work. It would be really encouraging to make that work. Doesn't have to be a lot of money, but you know, every little bit helps. Let's try to make some three-dimensionality here. Let's do a branchy thing here, and oh shit, that was the wrong one. Well, that's okay. No. Yeah, I kind of messed that one up, but no one will notice. And if they do, it's some kind of a interdimensional weird thing happening there. It's just, I can do whatever I like with this. Right? Okay, and now we do the same on this side. Yeah, again, the shadow is a bit inconvenient here, but bear with me. Mother, bear with me. Oh, I'm so funny. Okay. Okay. I wonder if there are any people I know watching this. You never know who's watching. Even though sometimes it really feels like nobody is. Ooh, hoo, 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 hoo. I know I am. I'm watching my own videos. Okay, like that, and then we bring that even further here. How about can we do a coil? Can I do that? Like that? Or did I mess that up? Okay. Okay, fine. Shit. Okay, how about it goes just like that? We can just do like that. Yeah, it's just shading. And then it comes from here. Yeah, that's crap. But it's okay. Like, we can even cover it up with black if we want to, or if I want to. So, no problem, man. Okay. It's all going to work out. Just wing it. Just do whatever the hell you want. That is the law. Just try not to make life more difficult for others to do the same. Please? And then it's cool. More or less. Let's put some weird thing here. How about like a double sphere? Like that. Okay? Right. We are at 35 minutes. I think I will ink the black parts and then possibly end this. That's a good experiment. And some tea. And yeah, that's going to be some work. Fuck. Like sometimes I'm just feeling a bit lazy. I think I will just, you know what, I will use the brush to do it sort of rough at first, and then I can fill in the details with a finer pen. Let's do it this time around this time. Just need to concentrate to not confuse the different areas too much. I mean, that's fine, but don't want to mess it up too much either. It's good. That's a bit too small for the brush. Perhaps in some other videos I can showcase some of the finished works, which I don't have videos like this of. They were made just privately, but most of my works I still own, except for the ones that I've gifted to people, and I would like to show them to you. I could show them like this, the originals, or I could like sort of digitally show you close-ups of scanned versions. I don't know. Like showing details like this might be a bit difficult. I suppose I could zoom in, but I need to think about it and experiment, I think. But yeah, it's quite a thing how good my drawing hand has become. Like, I think it's difficult to really remember how it was like last November or December when I started to draw. Like, I had some experience of drawing, but like I think I've drawn the most I have drawn in my life in the last months this year. So I think my technique must have improved a lot. So I just sort of take this for granted now, but I think it's not something you are born with. Like, you need to just do a lot of this, and then it becomes sort of second nature. You start to trust the hand. It knows what it's doing, at least well enough. Right, like that, and then we do this. I would move the paper normally, but I will now try to restrain myself. I will check the video later and myself and see what it looks like when I spin the paper. Is it like just really shitty for you guys, for a watcher, or is it okay? I don't know. That is also something you can comment on. Well, but I think what I will do here is I will spin this around and work on the other side, so it's just easier for me. And I think it also can help you guys, like, keep it fresh. So perhaps this is something that I could do, like I could spin it 180 degrees if that helps. So it doesn't change the perspective too much for the viewer. That's also something I'm thinking about while my hand is on the wheel, so to say. And I don't know, perhaps some of you may be wondering, like, what is this I'm doing here? Like, what is this about? What's like forming here? Or like generally, like, what do I draw about? I don't know if that's something anybody actually thinks about, but I will now talk about that a moment. So I think mostly it's not about anything specific. The most important thing for me is to just draw and have fun with it and have it feel meaningful. That I'm happy with doing it and I like the result. And if those goals are achieved, then really anything goes. Mostly I really work quite intuitively. I just draw some shapes, then I draw some more. I try to make choices that just look good to me. And then at some point, each piece starts to have its own personality, and then I suppose I just enhance that. So, okay, I can see a bird here, so how about I make another bird thing there, and then I give a bird some feathers and an eye, and you know. And then other times it's just very abstract. There are no, like, I think I only have like 2 drawings where there are some like obvious creatures, organic things like animals or something. Mostly it's just very, very abstract. But I would say very beautiful as well. Like, I've done some amazing drawings, and I may say so. Absolutely, I can. I really like some of them. Not to say I haven't tired of them already, because like when you work on a drawing, let's say about 2 months, which is about the longest I've done, it's just, you get so familiar with the drawing. The one called Lähde, which hopefully you will see one day, it's just crazy how much work went into it. Just insane level of detail. So yeah, I took all my drawings off my wall a few days ago. I got tired of looking at them. They're just so familiar to me, so I rather look at blank walls now. But perhaps I might have like one frame on the wall where I have the latest drawing or something like that. I'll have to see about it. Perhaps I should like trade art with other artists. I know people do that, so I could have their original art on my wall and they could have mine. Okay, we are getting close to completing this, and again, it's not not finalized. It's going to be a bit more precise in the end, but that's it roughly. And yeah, I think I'm quite happy. Let me see if I can peek from there. I'm quite happy with what I achieved here today. And yeah, let me know if you'd like to see more videos like this. Even if you don't want to see more, I might still make them, because this was quite nice and I think it can give me extra motivation to work on my art regularly. So anyway, thank you for watching and see you in the next installment.